Here's how Deadpool and Wolverine can be a perfect movie. First, might seem like a very small detail, but I really want to see Wolverine in the mask, even if it's for like 5 minutes in the very final battle of the movie. As long as he has it for some portion, I'll be happy, because it's been so long since we've been waiting to see him in this comic accurate suit. It would be a waste to not put him in the mask in the same movie. A lot of you are going to disagree with this one, but I really don't want to see a lot of cameos from MCU characters. Like, I don't want to see Robert Downey Jr. coming back as Iron Man or Captain America in this movie. Like, their stories are done, and I understand this movie is going to be making fun of everything in the MCU, but I feel like they should just be left alone, honestly. But there are definitely a lot of cameos I would love to see in this movie. Like, I think doing some of the things everybody thought was going to be a Multiverse of Madness, like Superior Iron Man, and making fun of that movie would be really funny. I'm also for anything from the X-Men and Fox movies, like especially seeing Professor X and Magneto again. I would love to see these two actors come back, even if it's only for like 5 seconds. Seeing Deadpool and Wolverine make a cameo in like the X-Men 97 animation style universe would be so cool. Having Deadpool and Wolverine visit any of the Fantastic Four universes would give them just so much joke material because of how bad these movies were. And I know this one's impossible, but it would be absolutely hilarious if there was a Green Lantern cameo in this movie just to poke fun at Ryan Reynolds' previous superhero role. I know they can't do it because they don't have the DC rights, but it would be funny. Speaking of all these cameos, there's one thing I really want them to not do with any of them in this movie, and it's to not have the Spider-Man No Way Home hold for applause moments. If you don't know what I'm talking about, when Andrew and Tobey come out of the portals in Spider-Man No Way Home, the movie literally sits there silent for a second, which when you watch it in theaters, it plays absolutely perfectly because everybody's cheering and going crazy, so you don't miss any dialogue, and they just stand there and just soaking in the applause. It's like they're on a stage or something. But watching this movie at home, the scene is so awkward, so I just hope they don't have any of that in Deadpool and Wolverine, or maybe they make fun of it again. When it comes to Wolverine in this movie, there's a few things that are really important for them to get right. First of all, just completely leave alone the Logan universe Wolverine. We know this one's from a different universe, so I'm completely fine with anything that happens to him. Just don't do anything with Logan. It was a perfect ending. Secondly, since this is an alternative version of the character that didn't have the Logan ending, I am so hopeful that they keep this door open to bring Hugh Jackman back for the future of the MCU. Maybe have him in Avengers Secret Wars. So he's kind of like a loner and he doesn't want to be in a team or anything, so he's probably not really going to join like the new X-Men or the new Avengers willingly, but if he has to team up with them in one movie, it would just be so dope to see him with all the current MCU stars. I'm sorry, Hugh Jackman is just too good as his character. I need to see more of him. One thing this movie really needs to take advantage of is using the part of Deadpool being in the TVA and the ability of him to just break the fourth wall to literally explain to audiences how the multiverse works in the MCU going forward, because we know the next Avengers movies are going to be hugely reliant on the multiverse. There's a huge disconnect with audiences. They are not connecting or caring about the multiverse in the MCU right now, and it's not helped by the fact that in every single movie it's in, it works kind of differently. Like in Multiverse of Madness, we're seeing Doctor Strange see other people that look exactly like him. They're just different personalities. Seems to be the same thing they're doing in this movie with a different Wolverine that looks exactly like the other Wolverine we know. And when you have Spider-Man No Way Home, the multiverse looks completely different because the two Spider-Man are completely different people than are Peter Parker, but yet they're still Peter Parkers. It kind of makes no sense at this point. We know Deadpool and Wolverine is going to be absolutely huge at the box office. It's probably going to be the first MCU film to cross $1 billion in the last couple of years since Spider-Man No Way Home, which means a lot more of the general audience and casual viewers that maybe have given up with the MCU or haven't been keeping up with all the TV shows are going to go and watch this movie in theaters. So you have to make sure this movie gets them right back up to speed with everything happening in the MCU, and that's going to happen in the MCU, so people go and see the next ones coming out like Captain America 4 and other movies next year. Now, with all the previews and trailers of this movie, we know that the R-rated humor from the first two Deadpool movies is going to be coming back in full effect, but what I really want this movie not to do is hold back on the action. Take advantage of this R rating. Give us some bloody and straight up insane action sequences. The MCU's action has gotten so dull because they have to stay within the PG-13 restraints. So I really hope this movie just goes absolutely insane with it. Like, let Wolverine just chop some people up, please. Now, everybody's been having crazy theories about this portal scene in the trailer and where are they going to end up. Is this them finally entering the MCU, since it seems like a Doctor Strange kind of sorcerer portal here? What I really hope this scene is, as I know I said I don't want MCU cameos, but I think it would be dope if they got to the endgame battle, but it was just completely empty because they're just now a couple years too late, so they're just sitting in the wasteland. I think that'd be a really funny gag. And please, Marvel, do not end Deadpool's story with this movie. Set this up for a Deadpool 4 with him coming back in the MCU. I don't think they would end it here because it's just too much potential and too much money to be made, but I just want to make sure we don't close the door. Now take 1 second of your day to hit that like button and let me know in the comments what one thing you absolutely need to see in Deadpool and Wolverine is, and click above my head to watch another video on the channel.